just want to say a big thank you to you for giving your time up tonight. Only got a few questions for you. We won't keep you long. Sad that the season ended again the way it did. What was your opinion on how it was going for us?
I think we started pretty slow again, didn't we? I mean, we had a good win to start the season, but then we had a bit of a blip again, which it seemed to happen every year I've been here. Actually, we haven't really started well, but I think we kicked on, didn't we? I think as it curtailed, it was what, 10, 11 unbeaten.
10 unbeaten, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a shame it came to an end because I did really think we were going to kick on there and start flying up the league.
We got a lot of the hard away games out the way first, didn't we? I mean, I don't think we got much out of any of them, but got them out the way, didn't we?
But like I said, we didn't get much out of them. I wonder if it would have been. To be fair, though, I think anyone you play Northern League wise, you're going to have a game on you. I think it's, well, I don't know what it is. Start the season, not really. We're fit. We're dead fit. I couldn't put my finger on what starts like, but it's nothing we can do now because it's probably going to get null and voided anyways. So
how have you been keeping fit during this lockdown?
I've been trying to go for runs and stuff. I've been going for runs with a few of my friends from around my area. I've met a few of the lads as well, actually, because I'm down uni in Borough quite a bit. So I've met a couple of lads for walks and I went for a run with a couple of them as well. I try and do a little bit of gym work, but it is hard. And I think it is hard to keep yourself motivated in these times. I think not even just like the lads playing footy. I think anyone looking at family and friends and people on social media, it's quite a hard time for people, isn't it? So the motivation side, like I do struggle with it. I'm not going to lie. There's loads of times I think, I'll go for a run tonight and just sit and watch Netflix and do nothing. But yeah, I try my best to try and keep fit.
You've helped a lot of other people out, haven't you? I've seen on Twitter you're inviting people along to stay fit with you.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those where I do try and keep like all the in touch with all the lads through it all, and I know it's hard to travel and stuff at the minute with restrictions, but luckily I can travel for uni purposes. So I've met Posty, Che, young Brandon, Parma's near me. But I have just, like I said, I try and keep all the lads in touch, and I try and keep in touch with the lads. I planned a couple with a few of the lads as well. On my way back from uni as I can drive back as well. So I just it's good for yourself as well, isn't it? Actually interacting with people in person. Because like I said, it's quite a tough time at the minute.
This season, you've been playing games under COVID restrictions. What's that match day experience been like for yourself?
It's different, isn't it? It's unusual. I mean, you just go out there and you just want to play football at the end of the day, and it's something that, like, I've done since I was 6, and I've never really done it with fans, to be honest. Even like Northern League wise, it was a new thing for us. When Easington, we got a few. Northumbria, we got 4 fans there. But Shildon's totally different because we do get we've got a really good fan base. So it's different. I can still do it. I don't mind. I prefer it when they're there, slagging us off for kicking the ball out of play. But no, it's different, and you want to get back to normal, don't you? And you see, like, a lot of the fans on Twitter, and they're missing it just as much as we are, really. So nah, it's not ideal, but it's something we'll have to do, isn't it?
Were you happy with your own form, Aidan? I mean, when you're fit, you're in the team, aren't you? You're ever present.
Nah, to be fair, I think this season, I form-wise, I think I've been playing well. I think yourself as a player, if you're playing well or you're not playing well, and we've got a little car school going anyway. So if I haven't had a good game, you haven't, because you have a bit crack about it on the way home. But yeah, I think I've scored a couple this year. That's one thing. I try and get a little bit more of goals and goal involvements. But yeah, I think form-wise, I was doing pretty well. But there's like you said, there's always going to be room for improvement as well.
You said you want to score more goals and you like to get forward a lot. Have you been watching videos of Cafu?
Nah, not Cafu. Like Max Power, Sunderland legend, like that. What a player. Nah, I try and watch when I do watch the footy. Not League One standard. If I watch any Premier League, I do kind of watch positional play, and try and look at them, but then I just think they're Premier League footballers and they've got unique ability to do things. But nah, to be fair, if you look at football, it's the best feeling in the world. I think scoring a goal, I love the feeling of scoring a goal. No one can say they don't like it. I'd much rather score than keep out a goal, but I'm in the back four, so that's kind of the main job first, anyways.
You're very adaptable, and you played everywhere on the pitch at some point. You've even had a spell in goal. What's your favourite position?
Favourite position? Probably centre midfield, actually. From about 13-ish, when I got released when I was 13. And from that period of just like playing with mates, I was always around.
Where were you?
That's Sunderland. And I played centre half then. And I think just that transition into centre midfield, I just enjoyed it much more. Playing with mates, playing in midfield, scoring goals. So I think centre mid is where is my favourite position. Whether or not it's my best, not for me to say really. Bobby picked the team, but centre mid.
I was going to be my next question: is your favourite position and your best position one and the same?
It's arguable. I mean, centre mid wise, I've only played like there a few times when I've came off the bench and stuff when I've been injured. Generally, I know, speaking to Bobby thinks I'm better behind the ball and running at people instead of getting on it and turning and stuff like that. And I mean, I'll do either, to be honest. I don't, as long as I'm playing, I don't really care. Centre half, I despise playing, but I'll do it.
Have you enjoyed your role at right back over the course of the season?
Yeah, definitely. We're a strong team. There's no doubt about that. We have a lot of the ball and we do get forward a lot. We create a lot of chances, so it does give us a lot of. Give us a lot of chances to get. I do get a lot of chances to get forward. And then defensively, again, we do get put under the sword as you do, and I do enjoy defending, but. You're in a strong back four there. I've had Bobby there next to us for most of the season, and he's solid, isn't he? So there's nothing defensively. He just covers us really and allows us to get forward, which is good.
How important is the defence to build the foundations for the midfielders and the strikers to win games? I
think you kind of do a bit of an underrated job. I think sometimes when we play. We are quite solid more majority of the time, and maybe it is overlooked a bit because you've got like Dean and Sweetie and Billy scoring hat-tricks every other week and stuff. But I think it's just something that you know as a defender what your job is, and you know that. I think if you're solid and keep a clean sheet, you've got a chance of winning the game, haven't you? But it's not just the back four with us. We are quite unique. It's out of all the teams I've played for, it's hard to say. We're a really strong 11 defensively, I think. Like the two up top graft the bums off, basically. And so do the midfield four, because it's hard playing with four in the midfield. Because generally it's, you've got 3 against 2 in there. Usually Shea, Palmer, Trotter, Craggs. They do a lot of work, and it probably that goes unnoticed a lot as well.
Yeah. You came from, just a question for you here. You came from Team Northumbria. Do you have to be a student to play for them, or can they sign anybody like other clubs?
Don't know either. They can sign anyone. It was a pretty unique situation at uni. A lot of non-students were students who've left and came back, but it wasn't for everyone. The university football, because we trained Monday, we trained Thursdays, we played Wednesdays, Saturdays, Monday nights. We've done performance analysis. We had strength and conditioning. It was very full on, and it was probably what you'd get at an academy level. And looking back, I probably really not underestimated it, but I didn't use it as much as I should have. But I think they knew that if you had, let's say you signed, I don't know, one of the lads, they've worked 9 till 5, they go to training, they do an hour performance analysis, they do 2 hours of training, because it was. To be fair to Colin and Derek, they are spot on with it, with the knowledge of football. They hold the high coaching badges, and it's just a different environment compared to a Northern League club. Can you be bothered to go in after you've worked a full day? If you've got kids, to go in and play and train for like 3 hours? Probably not. No. And I think that's what held me back a lot. the not getting in some Northern League, non-league players. But listen, I thoroughly enjoyed my time there, and I've got a lot of.
How did you come to leave them and come to us? And how did that come about?
So obviously it all went up in the air, didn't it? We got told via Twitter we had been withdrawn from the Northern League. Mark Carruthers had tweeted about.
Oh, you came when they.
So when we folded, yeah. Bobby was actually trying to sign another player from Team Northumbria, and I was with him, and Bobby had said, "Oh, who was that left back?" Because I had played quite well against you at Shildon. I had scored quite a good goal and set up one. And I straight away, as soon as I heard Shildon were involved, I was like, "Poor, texting me name, give me his number." England were playing actually in the World Cup, I think. And as soon as Bobby rang, it's like I knew it was the club. There was a few I could have went to, but Shildon were the one to go to. Like,
just to go back to your role at right back, having Posty in front of you, does that make your role easier?
Aye, definitely. Actually, I went for a walk with him on Wednesday, and we're talking about this. It's
Does he walk as quick as he runs? Does he walk as quick as he runs?
Really, really. Well, that's the one negative. Like, if I try and get round him, sometimes if he's got 20, 30 yards in it, I can't catch him up to get round him. So, but that's a good thing. I think you realise his strengths, don't you? He's good 1v1. But he's got a footballing brain, I would say, because if I can get it into him, he'll hold it up. I can get round him. I can attack. I can get round him. He doesn't use us a lot. He goes inside a lot, which is good for him. Just makes your life a lot easier. And he tracks back, which I need to get him to do it more like. But he's solid attacking, isn't he? That's his game. Posty getting at people and getting on the ball, and it makes your life easier having to just sometimes when you're a bit knackered and just give him the ball. Say, "Aye, Posty, off you go, mate." It's all right. But it's the same as Palmer. Palmer's really good to play with when he comes out there. He links play really well. We played pretty well together in my first year at Shildon. So anyone that plays in front of us really is fine to play with, to be honest.
Have you got a favourite goal you've scored for Shildon, Adam?
Probably got.
You've got a few here and there, haven't you?
Score. When Bobby plays us further forward, I seem to bag like if he fancies that. But no, I think Bishop Auckland away has got to be up there. That was I don't think I'll ever do that again. Like from Sean's thing.
I remember that one. I remember that.
It's all right. It was all right, like, to be fair. I think Stockton away in my first year, my second goal there was...
Got two that day, yeah.
Did I? There we go, and Bobby. Left wing I played that day, but no, my second goal there was canny. It was a nice finish. Even the Thornaby one, I was going to say the other week there. It's been a long time since we played footy. Was nice from your own half, but I mean. I mean, hit me shin and went in. But like I said before, I just like scoring. It's a nice feeling, isn't it?
Do you want to talk about the Durham Challenge Cup final? Must have been some experience for a Sunderland fan to play at the stadium tonight.
It was surreal, really. Like, I mean, the Hartlepool in the semi-final was really good. You know, playing at like a football league ground. And then I remember Bobby saying, "You'll be surprised where this final's going to be at, mind." And I thought it was usually Appleton, isn't it?
Used to be, yeah.
And then when I came through, I was buzzing. Like, rang my dad straight away. We're the home team, which I think annoyed South Shields. But yeah, home team, home dressing room. I've grew up there. I had a season ticket for 12 years of my life. I used to go with parents, grandparents, friends, and just even like walking out on the pitch. I still get giggly over it now. It was. Well, lucky as well because the Sunderland still had the playoffs to play, so the pitch was like in pristine condition. It was like a carpet, in front of what I think I sold about 80 tickets to friends and family. There was how many Shildon fans? 800 to 1,000.
We reckoned on the night about 700, but I might be exaggerating a bit, you know.
But yeah, it was surreal. I mean, even I can't remember much of the game. I remember Dom nailing their centre forward once, and other than that, I can't really remember the goal. You know, it's so weird. I can't remember much of the game at all. It just like went over.
Billy's header at the far post.
I remember that when we ran over and celebrated in front of. But then man
of the match as well, Aidan.
Have
you got your trophy on the sideboard?
It's actually in my room, but you know what it is? It fell off my mantle like piece above my board and smashed, so it's sellotaped together. So I'm sorry about that. But that topped it off, didn't it? Like, I mean, it was quite nice for me because I mean, personally, my granddad wasn't very well, and I knew that would have been his last real game he could have came. So I think like even getting that, I thought, that was just a nice, really nice occasion, seeing how proud he was there. So that topped it off really, and yeah, it was just surreal.
How did you celebrate that night? Did you hit the town with the party animals in the squad?
We all went back to somewhere in Sunderland, and then early hours of the morning, I spent probably about 45 minutes trying to get Mr. Palmer home, and he just kept going, "One more drink, Ian. No, one more drink." I eventually dragged him home because we had the presentation the night after. For Shildon, and then we're going out in York the day after, so it was hard getting him home, but he's a nightmare when you need to get him home anyways.
What's been your favourite moment from this season, just gone?
It's got to be last round of the Vase, wasn't it? Beating Stockton away. When I played Northern League, when I was at Northumbria, we were going for the title with them. They've always been like a hidden rival, kind of, like not local, but they've always seemed to give like it being a tough contested game with them, because they've always been a good side, haven't they? And I think going there, I had a bad hamstring. To be honest, I didn't think I was going to play, and but I think when they scored, it was a bit of a blip, but yeah, we're convincing there, like, and it felt really good coming away from there and with not 3 points, but getting through, which. Unfortunately, obviously, it stopped the week after, didn't it? We got curtailed, and that wasn't good. But it's got to be the Stockton game. Nothing better than beating someone, well, arguably the best team in the league, or one of the best teams in the league.
When we play away at Heaven, do we put anything on the crowd with you knowing quite a few people?
That's a strange one, really. Obviously, like, I mean, I played for them in junior football for years. They're a really well-run club now, and the facilities are great. But it's I do like playing away there because I do know a lot of people there. I only live 2 minutes from the house, from the ground. Sorry, and I I do like beating them there as well, but it's 1-1 at the minute.
I'm just going to mention now, Aidan, at the time I spoke to you, you said this was quite embarrassing. But do you remember you did the decent thing and passed the ball back at concert after somebody had been injured? And you nearly scored, didn't you? The goalkeeper very, very nearly failed to keep it out.
Whoops. That was weird, that though. I mean,
did you get any stick for that?
I feel with their lads gave us a bit stick, but I mean, I say to them, I had a bottle of water in my hand. I just done like the decent thing and just volleyed the ball back and obviously shanked it really bad. And the keeper didn't help us because he stood still. He could have ran across and got it, and it's obviously hit the bar and bounced out to my relief. But a few of them gave us some stick. But I says, listen, if I was doing that there, if I was aiming for the goal, I would never have went anywhere near it from a half volley from 60 yards out. I know it would have been interesting that because we probably would have had to let them go through and score.
I was just going to say that. What would the scenario have been? I spoke to Sean after the game, and he said, no way was he giving his clean sheet up to anybody.
Sean wouldn't but I think you'd have to, wouldn't you? It's as much as I hate it. It's a bit like the Leeds one, wasn't it? Where you get, I think the centre half was trying to tackle them still. That would be Sean, diving at the feet of the ball to not let them score. But luckily, someone was on my side that day because it hit the bar, bounced down and spun wide of the post, didn't it? So I think I've got away lightly there.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Good. Took the ball.
Are you looking forward to the next round of the Vase?
I definitely. I'm just looking forward to playing footy again, really, and just having, being with the lads. But it's a big game for myself.
Do you know anything about them, Aidan?
So I've got a few. I went off the screen here. I don't know what's happened, if you can still see us, but
I can still see it.
Oh, that's fine then. A few of my mates play for Jarrow. Jarrow's a local team to me as well, so I've spoken to a few of them, and I'll be having a watch of their left winger and some clips soon. I would have thought they seem to be flying in their league, aren't they? The top of their league.
They're right up there, aren't they?
So they'll be a really strong side. And I know they narrowly beat Jarrow, but Jarrow are no pushover in the Vase this season either. But yeah, it'll be a tough game. Just depends how fit we are when we go back. I think that's the massive thing, isn't it? It's like pre-season again. It's my third pre-season this season, and I hate doing one, never mind three, but it'll all be worth it, hopefully.
So if we manage to get through this round, the next round's national. Would you prefer one of these away days where you celebrate all the way home, or would you prefer a home tie where we might be a bit?
I think because of the nature,
a bit more favourites to get through.
Yeah, I think the nature of the fixtures as well. I think it's week after week, isn't it, more or less?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. I want a home fixture there, don't you? You want a nice and short journey to Shildon, home pitch, home dressing room, home environment. Nothing beats an away day after you've won in the Vase. It's a great journey home, to say the least. But yeah, it's probably not suitable either, is it? Really, if you got a game the next week, you need to really. It's a big thing, isn't it? You need to prepare properly. So I think definitely home fixtures.
How big is the prospect of Wembley for to win the game?
You take it a game at a time, don't you? We've got 4 or 5 games to really get there. But yeah, if you got anywhere near that, you dream as it as a boy, don't you? Really like playing for England, I suppose, at Wembley. But it's next best thing, isn't it? I've been 3 times with Sunderland and lost 3 times, which isn't great. But yeah, it's just. I think if loads of the lads, you'd say you'd retire, wouldn't you? It'd be the best game of your career if you could get there. But we know pushover. We know it's going to be really hard getting there. So we've got to work hard to get fit for that Warrington game and hopefully do the business and get through.
What can you say, Aidan? Your team wins at Wembley on your birthday. How lucky can you get?
I know, when I wasn't there as well. I know I was gutted.
There was nobody there, maybe.
I know, Mother's Day as well. My mum was she would have been gutted as well. I could have got away with not buying her a present as well if I was down at Wembley. So,
just before we let you go, Aidan, obviously our main aim next season is to get out of this league. Do you think we've got the squad to do that? Do we need strengthening anywhere?
I mean, you can always look.
We've got a couple of players to come back, haven't we?
Yeah, you've got Alex. Alex was I mean, I've only played he played about 3-4 games, didn't he?
Yeah.
And obviously
I think he played 2 or 3 games with the injury, didn't he?
With the injury, it's just got, and you know what it is? I was saying to Palmer, I was going, he's made of glass, him, like, and then had a scan and he ruptured his ACL, and I think that's a bit worse than a normal little injury. But yeah, Alex is to come back. He's really highly rated by Bobby and Hoodie. Billy, we all know what Billy's like, scores for fun. But if you look, like I said, the last 10 games, we could keep that form going. There's no reason why we couldn't have been, challenging at the top again. And it was a pretty similar side to the side that finished, well, more or less finished second in the null and void season as well. Maybe you can always improve a team. Arguably, you can sign anyone to arguably improve the team. But I think that's one good thing about Bobby and Hoodie. I think they bring in the right players. I think with Shildon, there's no bad eggs. There's no big time Charlies. There's no nothing in the changing room. So I think it'd have to be probably the right player to bring in, which Bobby is very cautious of, and Hoodie anyways.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Aidan.
No problem, top lads.
I'd like to say I think you've just done a couple of minutes more than Billy Growlich-Smith.
Yeah,
and he can talk for England.
I can. There's a lot to talk about Shildon as well. Been a long time. Thanks very much, though, lads. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for your time, everyone.
No problem.
We'll see you end of the month.